this piece becomes, I think, a real focal point of this room, obviously because of its nature, no pun intended. It points to the importance, or at least the belief that we have in Bruce Nauman's work as being integral and influential on, I guess several generations now of artists. One of the things that becomes important, or at least apparent in much of the work around this time period in post-68, is artists looking towards more didactic materials, more documentary materials, and looking towards language itself, as if that could perhaps go with the artwork or surpass the artwork. So also in this room you have a wonderful piece by Mel Bochner in which he questions exactly what I'm trying to say. Language is not transparent. These ideas are just as relevant in the present as they were in the past. So we also have a work by Glenn Ligon, also a neon work, and Ligon has spoken about the importance of Bruce Nauman's neons on his own neon work. A piece that sort of questions the idea of America, I suppose. Its title is Rücken Figure. So from behind or from the back, there's some dichotomy, there's some ambiguity going on here, and questioning exactly what it is. In a way, it's like Bochner said, language is not transparent. I think America has many, many different meanings, and that's something that Glenn is choosing to highlight in that work. In the first room, you're dealing with a lot of work that sort of heralds a beginning of body art, of work that looks towards the body as a performative medium, and how do we use our bodies in the creation of art. So there you have the works by Bruce Nauman, including his walk with Contrapposto from 1968. And in that piece where he's sort of trying to go through this this really narrow corridor, it looks like sort of innocuous action, but at the same time, he's being constricted. There's this interesting sort of strangeness to the work. So on this side, I think things begin to open up a lot more in terms of an international or a global commentary. This room revolves around ideas of painting, and specifically from probably the 90s to the present. And all of these artists are, I think, obsessed with the history of painting. I'm sitting in front of this wonderful piece by Kerry James Marshall, The Style. And this is a work from 1993. This barbershop scene is a genre scene, if you will, from Chicago, where he has spent most of his career. And in this piece, The Style, you have this pun on sort of two ideas that go around Dutch painting, and going back to the De Stijl as a sort of modern group of artists who were interested in line and geometric composition and primary color. Another thing that's happening is this idea of group portraiture, and something that he also was looking to a Dutch tradition for. The work in the middle of the floor by Haegue Yang, this work that she created in 2008. It's a piece called Doubles and Couples. And it involves ideas around domesticity, in that she has taken objects from her hometown in Seoul, and also from her adopted hometown, which is Berlin. And she's coupling these objects. So it's kind of about this sort of displacement, but at the same time, I think it's also a very abstract, open piece that clearly plays with lines and with color and light very specifically. What you see is the influence and importance of conceptualism as a strategy for making art. And it becomes, sort of an overarching facet of contemporary art around this time, and something that you see in the work of many artists in the present, which is one of the things that we really wanted to stress, is that it wasn't just about trying to come up with markers that work in a chronology or some sort of survey-like history of contemporary art from 1968, but to see how these things reverberate and go in and out over time.